Greetings and good day, YouTube and Twitch highlight watchers. How are you doing today? I myself am pretty excited to continue where we last left off in Grand Theft Auto 5. Where that was basically just a chill run through of all the side content for Trevor. I don't know if we did any other side content for Michael or Franklin. We did something else too. What was it we did exactly? Basically gathered up. We did a couple of main story missions too, if I'm remembering correctly. Can't remember. Oh, I'm pretty sure one of that was one of the main missions was it the Davy mission we did? I can't quite recall. Oh, hey, Barry, we can do this mission really quick since we're right there. Damn. I missed both my shots. How dare. Doing that so he doesn't punch the thing and slow us down. Yeah, sure, we'll listen to Worldwide today. Haven't listened to this station, I don't think, ever. I thought those two were floating for a minute. Well, yeah, we're pretty much just going to be doing some side stuff intermingled with some main story missions. It's really funny. Wow, that seemed really loud.
Most important fight of all.
The first time he talked was louder than that time. That was weird.
The AIDS. No, another one. Animal welfare.
Look down and read it.
Here, sign. Shit, where's my pen? Where's my pen?
Legalization of what?
Of things the founding fathers took as a right to consume medicinal plants.
It's funny that this mission, to play this mission right now, because in Ohio we're currently going through for recreational legalization. We already have medical legalization, obviously.
Take a drag.
But we don't have recreational. And it's funny because the first advertisement I saw for issue 2, it's called, in Ohio, was a police officer or a sheriff or whatever talking about how horrible it would be if recreational marijuana was legalized, and I started fucking laughing my ass off because
those clowns over
it
there.
is absolutely hilarious how they don't say any of this negative shit. They, at the time when they made prohibition a thing with the 18th Amendment, right? They made alcohol illegal with the 18th Amendment. And I bet you they said some of the same shit they said. Oh, I don't have any ability. Kind of annoying. Anyway, gotta be careful because we can die. They're not doing as much damage.
It's the one that tipped me over the edge.
It's kind of funny to see how this is going through what, like, they're truly afraid of, right? Like, the irrational fear type thing. Because it's not really the clowns that are scary, it's, you know, what's below the makeup that terrifies me. Yeah, that's Grand Theft Auto. For me, I'm talking about RL stuff, right? In Ohio on November 7th, that's when the vote will go through whether or not we get actual legalization of recreational in Ohio. Go up. But yeah, I would imagine that GTA 5 has some shit like that set up.
I've gone through to the other side.
I would like to not die.
This is the best, worst trip ever. You think I'm scared of?
It's so weird that we don't have any ability for this mission. I thought we did. But yeah, it's just so funny how, like, they throw up a sheriff or whatever to talk about how horrible it would be if it got recreational legalized. And I just couldn't help but laugh and be like, yeah, I think the worst thing right now would be to get a police officer to try and tell people what's bad.
Who's laughing now? Spoke too soon. It's been.
Well, that's probably from
And I suppose that's why they want to keep
where you're at, where I'm at. It's
It's been really interesting talking to you.
there's been talk of actually reducing the level of,
Well, think about what I said.
I don't know the proper term to use here, so I'm just gonna say what makes sense in my mind. If it doesn't make sense to you, my apologies. Do some actual fucking research for people that are listening to this and, like, don't. This is what aggravates me about people. Don't just listen to somebody and make that your opinion. Do some fucking research. Like, look into shit. Because currently, nationally, marijuana is classified under the same classification as things like cocaine and stuff like that, which does not make a lick of sense. But the reason that it is that way is it goes back. It exists that way basically because of racism, right? Not what a lot of people think regarding the racism shit, but they did use that terminology in order to push forward the agenda, right? That's the main reason it got pushed forward. But the reason it exists is because paper mills and shit like that were going out of business. A dude who owned a newspaper and a paper mill was going to lose their business because of hemp. Hemp is, it's not the part of the plant that you smoke, but it's what they would utilize to, like, make paper products and stuff like that. So this dude got into contact with his buddy at the FBI. I almost said FIB, but he got into contact with his buddy at the FBI, and they decided to work together to push for illegalization of marijuana. And they use the term marijuana because that's what is called by those that were bringing it from Mexico and stuff like that, right? So because of how horrible people at the time viewed Hispanic individuals, Mexican individuals, and everybody in between and thereafter, they would say, the marijuana is so horrible, and people would be like, oh, it's even said it with a weird name, so it's bad. Like, that's the kind of shit that they would try and push forward. This is for the United States, by the way. Anyway, dude gets in contact with his FBI buddy. They start running news stories and shit like that to make the public opinion of marijuana turn into the negative. And as a result, it ends up becoming classified as an extremely negative narcotic, just like what is this classification as? Like a stage 3 or something like that. But basically it got pushed through because the companies that were like the paper companies, newspapers, paper mills, lumber mills, stuff like that were going to go out of business because of how useful hemp was. And as a result, they said, oh, how do we get people to make this illegal? Make it a foreign thing. Make it something that comes from Mexico or something like that. Because people will definitely make it illegal then. And then they just did more propaganda type bullshit they pushed through in order to make marijuana seem like this awful thing that would turn people into demons if they smoked it. Like, it's so aggravating because a lot of these opinions that people have about certain shit is because they don't do any research on their own. They're told something, and then they just believe it. Like, they watch the news or whatever, and the news tells them, oh, this is bad. And then they're like, oh, well, I won't get this product anymore because the news said it was bad. And it's like, how about you actually, you know, look shit up instead of just assuming it is the way that it is because somebody told you so?
It's definitely music from around the world that you listen to on the Worldwide Show. We just go that little bit extra to find that little special track, the one that's going to be big in months to come. Flying from Sydney, Australia with What You Need. And right now, we bring things a little bit closer.
I'll probably end up talking about this on Monday again as well, because it's a subject that I'm passionate about. That and just like, there's a lot of subjects that I'm going to start talking about more often, because at the end of the day, no matter what your opinion is about anything, if you get angry about somebody else's opinion about something, in my opinion, that just makes you lose the argument no matter what, right? Like, getting frustrated is fine, but then if you get angry and then try and force your opinion because of that anger, that's when you lose any argument, truly, in my opinion. I was having a conversation with my old man about how bullshit all the just everything is in general, if you really think about it. Like, it is. Hold on, I gotta. There we go. Orchid sticker, it's awesome. I want your pistol. Aha. And I want this car. But yeah, we're listening to Worldwide today, so if I think about it, I'm gonna switch over, see what kind of music there is. I'm also trying to pay attention to the commercials, because I will admit that there are some fucked up things that are occurring in this game, but a lot of the stuff that I'm thinking of off the top of my head has to do with more than just the radio. Like, you have to go into the online shit to look up to see the fucked up shit. When compared to Grand Theft Auto 4, that is. Mind you, I think this game is just as fucked up when it comes to certain things, like the baby overnight shit with Grand Theft Auto 4. That shit was demented. If you're not satisfied with the baby, just put it in the bag that comes with the box. The baby comes in, and then put it in a dumpster, and it's like, holy shit, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Lucky miss.
I mean, I guess, but the way, like, you always have an opinion about something that will be colored by a bias, right? But I think it's a self-awareness to realize how truly, at the end of the day, it doesn't, like, we are as just in general, everything is so insignificant that it's not worth being, like, stressed out about or pissed off about. Because when you break it down, we, like, humanity, let's just stick with humanity for a reason, but if you break it down, everything about it is just so insignificant. It's like, it doesn't matter. Nothing really matters to the point. Well, not that I'm saying that nothing matters, but what I'm trying to get at is, like, nothing matters enough to go to the lengths that people go to try and push their opinion to somebody else so they also have that opinion. If you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like, it's one of the reasons why I kind of hope that, like, you know how they talk about sending people, like, commercial flight into outer space just to go around the planet or whatever? kind of makes me hope that'll become a lot more prevalent in the coming future, like, and easier to do, so people can, like, look at the Earth and realize, wow, all this shit that everyone bitches about doesn't matter, right? Trevor is a what?
Trevor is a what?
Trevor is a good guy. He's like family. That's it, ain't it, Floyd?
That's it, right? Yes, Trevor. but the thing is,
Like, that's the thing that I'm gonna start talking about more often, because
and Deborah, I mean, we're getting
when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, how many people do you think are gonna be freaking out on the internet about how horrible the game's gonna be, right? How controversial it is. Just like with that scene we did, the torture scene in the game. It's fucking ones and zeros, guys. At the end of the day, as much as I talk about, like, how good the characters are and all that, and how much I like the story of this game, and how, like, they tell the story is why I like it, the story doesn't really flow. Like, some of the shit that just like this, what, like...
When to look at it.
I get why he's saying that. He's saying that because he doesn't want whatever's going on to ruin his relationship with Deborah. And we get this from Trevor.
Ain't nothing special, but this boy gets the job
Right.
done. All right?
But really, if people were to look at something like this and go, this doesn't matter. It's a video game. Just like a movie, just like a book. It's a form of entertainment.
Put your Johnson away.
Right?
Sir.
That is a good joke to make, but
And anything
you'll still have some people that will say shit like that, because people are just... I think it's... It goes down to
I am that kind.
self-reflection. I think if people can like self-reflect and like look at themselves and go, all right,
Tormentor down there.
what is it
Put these on.
that,
Going for a ride.
like, how I will look back at some of the shit that I do in Apex Legends
America awaits.
and be like, I could have done something different here, or I'll look at my own content, and in the moment I'm bitching about something that was entirely my fault, as if it wasn't my fault, right? Like, I won't take a swig of a Estus flask in Elden Ring and I'll die as a result, and then I'll be like, oh, that's bullshit, I shouldn't have died there. Well, no, you did die there because you didn't heal, dumbass.
Come on then, Floyd. What you got for me?
Like I said, I don't rightly know what we got.
But most people will look back at that. They won't even look back at it. They'll have somebody else edit their shit for them.
We're looking for something to steal.
Sir,
But even if I did that, I would still watch my own shit from time to time just to see what's going on, you know?
look, sir, please, just tell me what you want and I'll do my utmost to assist you in finding it.
Here's the problem. I don't know.
But at the end of the day, you're always going to have, like, those conspiracy theorists that are like, birds aren't real, they're creation by the government to spy on us. Birds aren't real. They're a device created by the government to listen in on our conversations. They say over the phone. And I just don't care. I don't care about our information getting taken and them using that information to try and sell us shit. I just don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Right? Because no matter what, there's always been information transfer to a level that, if you look back on it, isn't nearly as bad as it currently is. And that's kind of how it's always going to be. In the future, companies will be able to get information that we probably feel they shouldn't get a hold of. But we'll look back on it and go, it doesn't matter that they have all this other information. And that's just... There will become a point where they'll have all the information, alright? It just doesn't matter at the end of the day. Does not matter.
20 countries around the globe and recently cleared to operate on U.S. soil.
It's not even that. It's just like, when you have a conversation about fucking pianos and then you go to your email thing and there's an email about buying pianos? How in the fuck like, I didn't type anything in about pianos. I just talked about pianos with my old man one day. It was a random conversation about why different... I think we were watching Antiques Roadshow and we were talking about the value of pianos and shit like that, and me wondering if my grandmother's piano was just like a regular piano or if it was one of those ones that was a special brand that made it worth a lot, right? Just curiosity's sake. And that very night I got advertisements on my fucking Yahoo for pianos for sale. And it's like, huh, how the hell did they, how? And yeah, you could say I have a tinfoil hat on or whatever bullshit, but does it really matter? Does it bother you? Does me being a conspiracy theorist to that level actually matter in the grand scheme of things? No, it doesn't. And honestly, the main reason why I'm having this conversation at all is primarily because of,
This can go real wrong, real quick.
I talk about the shit the way that I talk about it because at the end of the day, this is a fun conversation to have. Some people in the future who are on YouTube, hi YouTube, are probably looking at this like I'm a fucking psychopath, while others are like, yeah, he's 100% right. And even others have no idea who the fuck I am and will have an opinion based upon me without even watching any of my content.
Yeah, it's over here.
Well, it's less of a wonder about this exact thing and more of a like, it's true and I don't care, right? Like the government can listen in on me, whatever. I don't have anything to hide.
Shoot it down if they have to.
So how's a man in a hurry supposed to get in and out of this place?
Well, we got a port that stretched to 50 feet.
Now, what's the Coast Guard response like?
Well, they got cutters, 45-foot response vessels, air support. You're not gonna move much faster than them, especially if you're carrying something.
Maybe I'll have to saddle you up and ride you across the Miriam Turner overpass.
I just said they have the water surface real covered.
Okay.
That is the freighter I told you about.
What do you think they got on it?
We just stevedored them. We ain't meant to know what's in the containers.
But
But these are marked military. Government.
anything weird about that?
The government stuff.
That dude said, eat my ass, Floyd.
Goes right through. This stuff's just been sitting here.
Huh.
You are beginning to arouse my...
But yeah, it's just like, I thought about it, I'm like, fuck it. If a subject ever comes off, instead of doing what I normally do and being like, we'll talk about it a little bit, then move on, I'll talk about it at length, unless it starts to get, like, chat starts to get heated, and then I'll be like, you know what? No, y'all are getting stupid about shit. Shut up. We're over it. Because if there's, I love having conversations. And if people disagree with me, that's fine.
Get up. We gotta do this.
Mind you, I do have a bit of a bias when it comes to certain things. That I will admit immediately.
We don't get the containers, they're gonna check your card. Oh, I'm getting
And if there are some people that show up, I just
not always.
I won't deal with their bullshit at all. Alright? And it might be one of those things where it's like, well, that's not fair. Well, fuck you. I don't care if it's fair or not. This ain't a fucking democracy in this Twitch chat. This is a kingdom. I am the king. You're lucky I'm as kind as I am when it comes to topics of conversation. I'm only partially joking.
And attach it. Okay, we got it. Let's take her down to Bay F.
I know why they call them handlers.
Well, that's why. The government's...
This ain't a toy, sir. It's heavy machinery.
How do I word this?
Thank fuck I'm high as a kite.
You should not be
Corporations have the information that they have
Under the influence if you're not
because a lot of the information is publicly available because we give that information to the government. You know what I mean? Like, if I were to go through a phone book right now, I could probably find the number... Well, mind you, I don't know if...
There it is. Now I guess we gotta get the other one.
there are as many home phones as there used to be. So this might not work like that nowadays. You might be able to find businesses, but not individuals like you used to. Because we don't have a home phone. We have cell phones, right? In my household, we do not have a home phone. Right? And I'm pretty sure that's a lot of fuck off. That dude was right in the middle of the fucking road and he just stayed there. That was bullshit. That was bullshit. I have never had that happen ever before this point. But that's why it doesn't worry me. It doesn't worry me because it's like, alright, the company's trying to sell you something
Containers, they're gonna check your car.
because of whatever conversation or whatever you had. At the end of the day,
Always nervous. Relax.
you don't have to abide by what they're doing,
Just around you.
right? And another way, it's like, if you were gonna go buy a piano, it's pretty convenient, you know?
Stick to the story.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, it's
Boys
kind
on the
of,
way
it's just one of those things where you could classify it as kind of scary that they have that information.
Trevor.
But at the same time,
That's it.
it truly
Now we
doesn't,
gotta bring it over to Bay F.
like, it's nothing that you could
They call 'em
really
handlers
go out of
because
your
they
way to
handle like a
avoid,
dream.
so
This ain't a toy.
what I
sir.
do is
It's
I
heavy
accept that that's a
machinery.
thing that you have to deal with and just go, alright,
It's a kite.
You should not be operating this vehicle while
it is
under
what it
the
is.
influence.
I'll operate you under the influence if you're not careful.
Now look,
Happy?
now look,
Now I'll
do you
get
see
the
a
other one
motherfucker
for
in the
you.
middle of the road?
Anyway,
Do you see a motherfucker in the middle of the road? No, I don't.
I'm sorry.
That
but
was
this
bullshit.
is
That has
as close as
never
you're
happened to
gonna
me ever before.
No, I need to take some pictures. Send them to my guy, Ron. I'll need a
Oh.
proper view.
get. There's the crane.
That's interesting.
Perfect.
Oh shoot! Be careful.
Like, look, where the fuck is that person that was in the middle of this last time? Fuck you, game.
Hook it up.
You know when I started having some of these thoughts I've been having?
To get this job. Being a stevedore used to be back-breaking
I
work.
started having
Now
thoughts
you're
like
brain
this
surgeon
around the
buster,
time
pushing
that
oversized shopping cart.
the internet was having one of its common explosions about some bullshit that didn't really matter. Specifically, who
With the say no
who
more.
would
It didn't fillet no one, but darling Debbie probably
win in a
did.
fight,
She probably
Goku,
enjoyed it.
Luffy, Naruto, or what have you, and like people were just fucking like
If my work here
going
is
at
done,
each
I'm
other's
going up the
throats over this shit, and I was like, guys, Batman versus Superman's not a thing like that. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah, they could write it in the comic books and shit like that, but at the end of the day, it does not fucking, like, guys, they're not real. As entertaining as I find One Piece, I'm aware that their character strength does not matter at the end of the day, because they are not real.
Hey, there ain't time to admire the view. I've been waiting on a crane driver nearly an hour.
I'm not permitted to drive cranes, buddy.
Hey, you need me to get your
Exactly,
right
exactly.
now? Sooner you get in the cab, sooner we can get out of
Well,
here.
think about this.
It's on you.
Get up on this walkway, climb down the ladder, and go into the cabin.
Oh, I see. So, like, let's take a look at, this is how they have all this information. Let's take a look at Disney. Disney just recently made a deal to where they're going to purchase Hulu.
All right, I'm here. What do
Right.
I do?
The... Oh, this is weird.
That's it. You're in position. That's lined up. Move the spreader down so it can grab the container. She's there. Lock her on. You
Anyways.
got it. Now pick it up so it'll clear the other containers and move it.
Every
down to the
company
end.
that owns another company will get the information that the company has access to, right?
All the way to the
And
end.
there are really only a handful of companies that own all, like, maybe there's a couple companies that don't be owned by, you know, a big company, but at the end of the day, everyone always talks about monopoly this, monopoly that, and it's like, you guys need to not be worried about a monopoly, because in all honesty, only a handful of companies truly own every other company. Yeah, Hulu still exists. Hulu got bought by Disney for $8 billion. Who was it that bought Activision Blizzard? Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard? Right? And everyone was so worried about that. You want to know why everyone was really worried about that? Here's why everyone was really worried about that. Everyone wasn't worried about that. PlayStation owners were worried about that. PlayStation owners were worried about that because Sony was throwing a fit that they were going to buy it, and as a result, they were going to own one of Sony's cash cows, Call of Duty, right? So they made a deal that for the next 10 years, any Call of Duty that comes out has to also come out, it has to come out alongside a Sony release, right? So in 10 years from now, we could have a Xbox exclusive Call of Duty game. Depending on how the contract works or whatever, right?
This is some view, ain't it? I'm gonna take a couple shots for my boy.
Anyway. This shit doesn't matter to me because at the end of the day, that's just how it will be. That's probably, it's like how it's always been if you really think about it, because of the, what's the name of the company? The East Indian Trading Company? At the time, they were basically like the Microsoft or the Disney. No, Activision Blizzard had a merger of sorts, and they weren't really owned. They like Activision bought Blizzard, and then Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. I think is how it went down. Hold on. Really quickly, we can Google this because now I'm got a little bit of a curiosity going on, you know. Activision Blizzard was founded in July 2008 through the merger of Activision Inc. Activision Blizzard currently includes 5 business units: Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, King, Major League Gaming, and Activision Blizzard Studios. Microsoft acquired the company on October 13th, 2023. The company owns and operates additional subsidiary studios as part of Activision Publishing, including Treyarch, Infinity Ward, High Moon Studios, Toys for Bob. Among major intellectual properties produced by Activision Blizzard are Call of Duty, Crash Bandicoot, Guitar Hero, Tony Hawk's, Spyro, Skylanders, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch, and Candy Crush Saga. Under Blizzard Entertainment, it invested in esports initiatives around several of its games, most notably Overwatch and Call of Duty. Activision Blizzard's title have broken a number of release records. As of March 2018, it was the largest game company in the Americas and Europe in terms of revenue and market capitalization. The company has also been involved in multiple notable controversies, including allegations of infringed patents and unpaid royalties. In late July 2021, it was sued by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing on allegations of sexual harassment and employee discrimination. The suit triggered an investigation by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, multiple workplace walkouts, the resignation or dismissal of several employees, the loss of multiple company event sponsors, and hundreds of workplace harassment allegations. Microsoft announced its intent to acquire Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion on January 18th of 2022. The acquisition was completed on October 13th, 2003, making the company a division of Microsoft Gaming and making Microsoft the third largest gaming company behind Tencent and Sony. True. It's it is easy to hate on a company, but what do you think now that Microsoft owns it? Are you still as concerned, less concerned, or more concerned? Because for me,
Trevor, you want
I would say I'm more excited for it, because I feel like Microsoft is the type of company that will actually want to make money off of the IPs like Crash Bandicoot and shit like, and Spyro, Skylanders. They'll want to make money off of that, and they'll make new games or different products or something like that in the future.
So they've been guarding one of them dry docks. We can take a look.
Right? That's what I hope, anyways. That's me being positive. I'm a positive person. I've noticed.
We're going in.
Where others are more pessimistic, I'm more, you know, hey,
Look at you. You're a failure. You're in a loveless
got any
relationship.
grapes?
What do you mean? Loveless?
I love Deborah.
If
She
she
loves you. She'd be here, wouldn't she? But she's not.
You know I'm insecure.
You've got a dead end job.
Also, this is how I talk about. As much as I like Trevor as a character, I know how fucked up he is, because listen to what he's doing.
Floyd, it's dead end.
Being a unionized longshoreman's one of the best paying jobs in the country. You tell people around La Puerta that's what you do, they're liable to rob you. They're so jealous.
A lot of companies suck at promoting games.
They pity you. You're abused by that.
There's this new game that came out that's exclusive on Epic.
I've never worked
It's
so
a
hard.
Lord of the Rings game where you play, like, it's basically like a...
Doing this every day for 10 years, only usually with less of the criminality.
You're wasting your life, Floyd. It's
You're
lucky
playing
you
as
turned up
dwarves
here.
going
I'm
through
saving you from
a
yourself.
mountain home type thing, trying to reestablish it.
What are you, his mother? He's fine.
And
Still, it shouldn't take this long to contain. There must be a lot of it.
Good. Keep him
you can
busy
play
while we
solo
get to
or with
work.
other people. It's kind of like got the idea, like similar concepts of Terraria, Minecraft, and a couple of other. I don't know what the genre of game is that it came out as, but it's like one of those, you fight creatures, you build stuff, you move on. Alright, you got missions to do, and you do those missions.
No understand you. Huh? Manifesto. Manifesto say deliver here.
Hey, stop.
Where the fuck do you think you're going? He must have got confused. God don't speak English. Must have misread the manifesto.
Manifesto. He said go here.
Welcome to America. Wow, they don't have a mag. They don't have a mag in the in that AK. Why is every single fucking vehicle one of those? Whatever. I'll get one of the cars over here. I can't get that because it'll be classified as Trevor's vehicle.
Trevor, these photos.
Now, mind
really
you,
stumbled
what you
on
said
something.
about,
Ship, Merryweather.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about
Like,
the ship. If
so-
we put a man with a gun on the
how do I
bridge
word this?
next to it and get a guy on board, I think we got a good chance of taking over.
But yeah, to go back what I was talking about earlier, how everybody seems so worried about this acquisition because of the monopoly. The only reason anybody ever said anything about monopoly and shit like that is sincerely because Sony brought it up. If Sony was hush-hush about it, nobody would give a shit. Just like how nobody gives a shit about Disney buying Hulu. Like, if I were to look up Disney and start listing off what companies they own, some people who have probably never realized it would go, holy shit, they own a lot of companies. And you want to know why it doesn't matter? Like, why they don't truly have a monopoly? I know this for a fact because me and my old man were one time at a parts place picking up a... I have no idea what the part was, but I know we were picking up a part for something to fix, because it's been a couple of years since then. But I remember that we were looking at all the companies that were owned by the same company, and every single parts store that we dealt with was owned by the same company. But because of the way that this works is they buy the company, but they just let it do its own thing, and they just make a portion, like, they'll step in every once in a while to be like, okay, you guys got to do this or you guys got to do that. But at the end of the day, how it works is, all right, step forward, we own you, you give us some of the profit, and you run your business how you've been running it. That's pretty much how most companies that buy other companies roll. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said when I first heard about it. I said, oh, this is hilarious. They're not gonna, I literally said, they're not gonna win this case. What I didn't expect Microsoft to accidentally leak, or was it someone? We've got a couple of leaks because of that case. That gave people a lot of insider information about what games were going to be coming out and all kinds of shit like that. It's one of the reasons why it's one of the reasons why I started wanting to play the Grand Theft Auto games more, because of we got new information about, and I say information with quotation marks, but we got new information for Grand Theft Auto 6, and everybody was going insane on the internet, and I was like, man, I want to play through the rest of the series. So I started to go hard on, instead of playing it casually like I was with Grand Theft Auto Vice City, I started to go very focused mode with the Grand Theft Auto games. You're lucky. Also, one of my favorite things about the first person is being able to look at the weapon and see that this is a Hawk and Little brand pistol. This is so gross.
I tried to stop it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They also sued the person who, or they sent cease and desists out on the individuals who were modding the Grand Theft Auto Vice City, San Andreas, and 3 games to make them look better, because they were going to come out with their own version of the definitive edition. And we all know how that turned out. The DLC, not the DLCs, the mods were 1,000 times better looking than what Rockstar shat out. And the reason they shat it out like that is literally just because they wanted to make money off of it, and that was it. The best part is, you can look at what Konami's doing in a similar way, right? Konami's releasing the Metal Gear franchise in a couple of parts, right? But they're not doing anything to the games. They're just releasing the game as is for modern systems. But they also are doing the remakes. I'm more hyped for the remakes, because I already own all the previous games that I've played on stream and have been utilizing emulators and shit like that to play them.
The air, land, and sea routes into the port will be locked down as soon
That's funny. I just noticed something. The pictures are scripted pictures. They're not the pictures that we took. I know they're not the pictures that we took because I purposely took specific angles.
Underwater. That means stealing us a submarine, of course, but you can find us one of them, can't you? Huh? Now, the other one is off the coast being tested. They're running the operation from the dock where I last saw your cousin. We'll need a submarine for that too, and probably a chopper, a big one. We go out there, look around underwater, locate it, bring it back here, and find out what it is.
Here? Chicago?
Aye, so, what do you think? Container ship or whatever's offshore?
This one doesn't matter which one we pick. My favorite is the freighter. I don't remember which one we did. How about you, Insane Baboon? I'll leave it up to you. Which one should we do? The freighter or the offshore version?
The problem is, both of these are foolproof.
Hey, greetings and good day, Ray. How are you doing today? I know it is, but I don't know which one to pick, so I'm leaving it up to my chat to pick which one. Suck at flying the chopper. No, I don't suck at flying the chopper. It's that the controller was being weird, and I would press a button.
It's got to be the container, right?
And it would act as multiple inputs, right? So let's actually use the controller for a minute to see if it does the same thing.
Okay.
Well, I'll wait until after this cutscene.
Oh, we are going straight to the local union rep. Wade here was injured in the
Jackass.
performance of his duties.
You suck at flying.
To his very pores, and I am sorry to say this.
Nice.
I don't think he's ever going to spell normal.
This is the new controller that I got. Also,
Union, all right, and you vouched for us, all right? You look at him, man.
we got the new emergency controller, everybody. It's already seen some abuse already.
Mr. Raspberry Jam, and God alone knows what else. You damaged Deborah. Look, my lady and my union, that's all I got. So why don't we just let this all slide, huh?
If you're comfortable with what's happened to your cousin, then so be it. All right?
Yeah.
But I would give him a bath and rinse him off.
I'm weird. I like experimenting and getting other brands of stuff sometimes to see if it's any better. This one seems to be working wonderfully. So it's been several hours since that scene happened. Also, I know it's been a while since we last looked at the apartment, but let's do a little bit of comparing and contrasting, right? Yeah, no, it's a weird glitch where if I press up, wait, hold up.
Ah, Trevor. Hey.
Mikey, hey, listen. Loving it here in LS. Really settling in. Getting my first enema tomorrow. Anyway, I heard about some action.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, okay.
Oh, you bet it's okay. Listen, I gotta do a little prep work, but so far it's looking pretty tasty. I'll need you to bring along that kid you've been hanging with. Franklin.
So I press up. See, this is the problem. I press up, and it opens up that because it's acting like I'm pressing up on the thing. I know why this is happening, right? This is happening because there's this weird glitch with Epic Games and PlayStation 4 controller. Maybe even the Xbox controller. The way you bypass it is you actually have to unassign every single key on the keyboard in order for the controller to work. It happened to me with Neo. I mean, the only thing I'm really using Epic Games for is the free games. Alright? In all honesty, there's been a part of me that's been debating whether or not I wanted to get certain DLC and stuff like that. Like, I have what's the name of the game? Darkest Dungeon I got for free through Epic. And the more I play it, the more I'm wanting to get the DLC, right? Xbox Elite controller, I believe.
Dad, totally fine. Just had a couple of beers.
What are you talking about? We had like 6 shots each. Look at you.
Will you two just make out already?
But yeah,
Hey, can you give me a ride just so Boy Scout?
I'm not gonna bypass on free video games, even if it is from Epic.
Where's my car?
So here's the question. Do we drive this dude to the other place?
So, where we go?
I'm on Alta Place off Howick Ave. It's not that far. Oh, ow! You gonna make me hurl?
I literally...
Oh, I don't feel so good. I just got a mouthful of something.
hit a bump.
You better take it slow. Hey, thanks for this, man. As you can see, I could have driven. No problem, but Joy Killer.
Well, I know that. I know it's actually a.
I can't believe he wanted me to walk. Walk. What do you think this is?
You have to deliver a certain number of people before you get captured, and then Trevor just kills everyone in the camp.
You don't call a deaf kid stupid for talking funny. I can't believe he just walked out without me. Why do guys turn into such assholes when they get married? Well, he can go back to his boring family to jacking off in the garage after everyone's gone to bed. I'll stick with my awesome life, thank you.
Now, try that again.
That's fine.
Without slurring.
Not really that big of a deal.
This is nothing. You should see me on Thanksgiving.
The third one? Alright. Well, now that you said not to do it, I'm gonna have to do it.
The turkey
I mean, you could buy cheap at controller, but you're gonna get a cheap product.
Classic me.
You know?
Ladies in that place, dude! All over me like a rat.
Like, if you spend 30 USD on a controller, you're gonna get 30 USD worth. If you spend 60, you'll get 60, which is what the average is. Like 60's normal. And then you got like custom controllers and elite controllers, which are... Yep.
Sir, I'm a sheep. Last time I partied with that guy, oh, boring. I'm not a party.
Well, you know what bothers me? Here's what bothers me about what's just occurred so far. The fact that the first day I played this game with the controller, I used the controller, and
I promise you're not as interesting.
what ended up happening, like, it worked fine. I would press up and it wouldn't pull up the phone. But for some odd reason, ever since the first day, now every time I pull up the controller and use it, it like presses multiple button inputs. It's so weird. So what's the reason you dislike Epic Games, Ray? You got me curious. I'm starting to get a headache, by the way. The weather's gonna be taking a turn, I bet.
I hope you know where you're going.
Nah. That would just be needlessly expensive. Right? Also, like I said, the reason that this has become the emergency controller, as you all know, this got stick drift. Right? And plus, it's so satisfying to take your frustration out on something that doesn't work. Like, I'm using this as an example because this phone doesn't work. It's like a couple years old at this point, and I just have it laying around. Like, you know, I'll keep this and I'll put it in the box. If you remember what the box is, cool. If not, I'm not going to talk about the box anymore, other than classifying it as this goes in the box. The spyware stuff. Ironically, we were just talking about being listened to by corporations and how at the end of the day it kind of doesn't really matter when you think about it, because when you can have a conversation about going out and purchasing a new bed, a new mattress or something like that, or a new piano, and you'll start getting advertisements for what you talk about, like it's just something that happens. But yeah, what was the specific thing for the spyware stuff? Actually, we can Google that. Let's Google that really quickly. Download, process, monitor, observe EGS, observe Battle.net, observe Steam, observe EA Play Origin, observe GOG. And then they're saying to do that to observe Epic and see what the differences are between those systems. Epic Games spyware versus Steam versus as comparison EA Play, apparently. Yeah, no, they yeah. Epic does a check on any installed program and even certain Steam files. Eh. I must like be a weird individual because at the end of the day, that kind of shit, I just does not bother me at all. Like, yeah, it's shitty to do that, but at the end of the day, every company's fucked up and shitty in one way or another. And it's only a matter of time before that information of how they're fucked up comes out. Some companies are a lot more obvious in the ways that they are fucked up. Basically, the only thing you can hope for is Company A is less fucked up than Company B. That's about it. Because the reason that Epic's using that software in order to look at your shit is to try and make their software, their shit, better. To try and get people to use it. More so, if not over, the competitors' stuff. The problem is that they were very obvious about it when they did it. So now there's a negative towards it, so people will refuse to use it based off of principle alone. Me? I don't know what it says about me, but I just do not give a fuck. Outside of all that, the biggest thing that Epic's, how do I word this, doing in order to try and convince people to utilize their service is the free games thing. I mean, yeah, you're right. It would be pretty expensive if you lost your weapons. For single player, it does not matter at all if you lose your weapons. Alright? Because you can just easily... You get given weapons when you do missions. So in all honesty, the perfect time to do some of this shit is early on. Because we'll do missions in the future and get given weapons.
What the fuck, dude? Oh!
But yeah, when it comes to Grand Theft Auto Online...
Whoa, this does not look
It
like
would be a lot of...
Oh, it's just up. Are you fucking wasted or something? Oh, shit.
money if you had everything.
I'm gonna barf.
Gross.
That's it, little man. Sing me a rainbow.
Gross.
Dude, sorry about that. Most of it went out the window.
It's your car.
Throw some cash your way. Yeah, I feel much better. That tactical vomit really sorted me out. Starving now. Oh, yes! I still got some clucking bell at home from last night. I am over that! I tell you, the planets are aligned, bro.
Not for you, they're not.
I come bearing more gifts.
You're good to us, fella.
So you keep saying.
Move!
Someone has been brought. It is a sign.
Yeah, makes sense. Which is the equivalent of what? $1,500? Because to get $10 million is $100. So if you add that zero, that's 1,000. Then you add another 50 million. So yeah, that's I like doing those equivalencies because it really puts into mind how much money that game is making. Like, holy shit. Grand Theft Auto Online brings in a metric fuck ton of money. Because I guarantee you that every time, like, not everyone stockpiles money or grinds for money like people like me or other grinder type people. Right? So, like, well, it would take me possibly a couple of weeks if I'm feeling lazy. Maybe a couple of days if I'm really grinding to get that amount of money. I mean, I'm really grinding, doing heist after heist after heist, like the Cayo Perico heist, or solo, whatever. It'd probably take me a couple weeks to get to that point. But I wouldn't spend any IRL money to do it. Other people would be like, fuck this, I'm dropping $100 so I could buy the new content. Yeah, understandable. For me, the next time I spend any money towards Rockstar is going to be with the new Grand Theft Auto coming out. And by comparison, I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy that game just as much, if not more so, than the other Grand Theft Auto games, because regardless of how much I do enjoy them, or don't enjoy them, which there has been a change. I still view this game as my favorite Grand Theft Auto so far, but 4 is now number 2 on the list. Grand Theft Auto 4 is second place, and then San Andreas is third place, with Vice City being fourth, and Grand Theft Auto 3 being last on the list of Grand Theft Auto games that I've played and the order that I enjoy them. Greetings and good day, Redneck. How are you doing today? Not much, just chilling, talking about all kinds of bullshit. Right now we're talking about how Grand Theft Auto 4 is second favorite, while this is still my favorite of the Grand Theft Auto games for the time being. And how, regardless of what a lot of people might view with the next Grand Theft Auto game, I'll probably still enjoy it just as much as the other ones. I need to play the original. I need to play a lot more of the Grand Theft Auto games. I think I'm going to stick with what I've done so far. But in the future, like, if it takes a couple years for Grand Theft Auto 6 to come out, maybe I'll pick up the, like, Liberty City Stories and shit like that and play all those games in the future. Before playing... I won't play these games again, but I will play those ones before playing 6. Possibly. I'm kind of doubtful that I will, though.
Listen, nobody likes you.
I should have just shot him to begin with. I'm trying to be cheeky and get him to pull over. But it's not working.
Brainless fool.
There we go. Well, I can't. It's not that I'm trying not to aim. It's that I was trying to get him to stop. Don't see me. You fucking whore. Fuck off. But no, I can aim. It's just I was trying to be cheeky about things. Why the fuck are you on the beach? I'm glad I lost him just before we got spotted. A GTA 5 on. Nice, that's good to hear. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any Grand Theft Auto Online tonight. I'm fighting off, I'm like trying to fight off a headache that's starting to come on right now, in all honesty.
Goddamn car broke down. Can you give me a ride? I'll pay you. I got money.
Get in.
Sure, why not? It's about time I balanced out today with a good deed. I'm unbelievably late for a flight. I need to get to the airport fast. Check-in closes at 4. I can't miss it. Piece of crap rental car, of all the days. The average American spends 15% of their income on running a car, and almost 2 hours a day in transit. You'd expect these auto manufacturers could deliver a reliable product. Sorry, I'm a numbers guy, but outward-facing. I can work a spreadsheet, but I can also work a room. I run the models, I date the models, you know what I mean?
I'll have to take your word for it. So, what flight are you trying to catch?
Liberty City. I'm an equity analyst in Algonquin. Tech comms. The big leagues, man. The pressure, it can choke you. But I live for that shit. Name's Tim, with 2 M's. Because, I am hungry. 24/7. What's your name, buddy?
Trevor, with 3 B's.
Well, listen, buddy, because you're helping me out, I want to help you out. My back, your back, they both get scratched. Get me to the airport on time, and I'll give you the kind of tip you can really take. Holy crap, what was that? Get me to the airport on time, and I'll give you the kind of tip you can really take to the bank. I am hung over. The vendors took us out last night. I had so many.
You know what's funny? I think this is one of the missions that you should do at a different time.
5K on bottle service, so go figure. I know what you're thinking. With everyone's belt tightening is not cool. But you gotta stop mixing up investment and retail. We didn't cause this housing bubble or the last one. I don't even speak to those retail drones. You know, you're a really interesting guy. Good to talk to you.
Literally haven't said a
I
word.
didn't realize I was talking.
Exactly.
And this new crisis bubble, it's just... Let's try and get there in one piece, okay?
Oh, calm down.
And this new crisis bubble, it's just hysteria anyway. There's a boatload of money to be made in a downturn if you know what you're doing. And idiots lose paper, whatever the weather. When the storm comes, I make it rain, baby. Anyway, enough of that. Let's just make this flight.
Probably the fastest I've ever done this, by the way.
Christ! Did you not see that?
I did, but I couldn't do anything about it. Because I'm going way too fast. And not really paying 100% attention to the road. Blame my Twitch chat for the distraction. But it's a good
I
distraction.
think I can still make it. Buddy, I owe you big time. Okay, here's my tip. Buy shares in Tinkle now. You won't regret it.
Buy shares in Tinkle. Oh no. Oh no. Is it one of these? Is this even gonna matter? Let's see. Let's see. Alright, where to next? Yeah, let's finish that mission up. Or maybe not finishing up, but do whatever we need to do there. But yeah, that's like one of the few things that I knew about without even having a lot of time in Grand Theft Auto Online. Using that bump to get into the military base in order to just steal whatever.
Lucky miss.
That wasn't a miss, Trevor. That was a miss.
Excuse me, my car. Screw you.
Yeah, you want to fuck around? You'll find out if you do. Bitch.
Come on, people. Listen, even your parents can't stand you.
Oh, I fucked up. Damn it.
Wonderful. Yeah, my tax dollars hard at work.
Don't bring the cops here, bud. Damn. Dude, you got cops on you.
Yeah, I know. We should lose him in this building. Fuck.
No way, amigo. Not while you got cops up the ass.
That's the one thing I dislike about Ohio is how the weather fluctuates as much as it does.
Damn.
Alright? Because the season change from fall to winter and from winter to spring especially fuck me up the most. I think fall to winter is worse,
No way, amigo. Not while you got
but I don't know.
cops up the ass.
Yesterday I had a fucking splitting headache all day.
Whoa.
Didn't have a really good appetite and was just exhausted the whole day for no reason other than the weather fluctuating like it does. Nah, I'm stubborn. I said really the only thing I dislike about Ohio is that, damn it. Sure, why not? I don't like how Trevor only does the one button.
Okay, we're all done, I think.
I really don't. Hold on. I mean,
Plates.
a while back, I did move to West Virginia for about 10 months because of some family stuff that was going on. Now, mind you, it was one of those things where it was like, we had thought we were going to be staying in West Virginia, but that didn't work out like that. So we ended up moving back to Ohio because reasons. And I've moved a couple of times because one reason or another, but always within Ohio outside of that one time for 10 months I lived in West Virginia. I mean, honestly, I'm stubborn. I'll probably end up staying in Ohio. I'm weird that way. If I did want to move, I'd do some research and figure out which state has the most fucking stable weather and just go there, because I hate the like I said, fall to winter and winter to spring fuck me up the most.
Oh, hello there. How you doing today?
Let me know if you need help.
Okay, these actually look better. They're expensive as fuck. I mean, you're not wrong.
See you wearing that.
I'll probably spend my life here. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. How long do we wait for? Is the question. You know? Ah, fuck it. I don't really care. I'm gonna get rid of that so I can fucking
I can tell you have good taste.
actually buy the suit. Because I don't know if I've ever had Trevor in a suit before. Also, it seems like there are unique... Yeah. There are, like, unique clothing options for each of the characters. That's kind of wild to me. There you go. Put this on, Trevor.
From our exclusive line. Bye. Enjoy your purchase.
Come on!
Yeah? That it is always a unique clothing option to choose from, right? I don't know if I would classify it as the best personally. I have a bias towards suits. Specifically, I'm gonna blame Agent 47 of why I like to have a character in a suit with the red tie, because it's just Agent 47's a badass and they look good while being a badass. This is the building, isn't it? This is the building that they're working on in the online, or whatever it is. Would that building ever... Would that building ever get completed before... Like, here's the question. Does it get completed after or before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out? That's the question. What are the thoughts for y'all? Including anyone who's watching on YouTube right now. You think that building that they're working on is ever going to get complete? Yeah, I mean, that's just the way that it works. Alright.
He's making such a fuss, these celebs.
Oh, they're not like you or me.
Apart from you, Jock. Would you go and get him one of his favorite pizzas?
No.
Well, then I don't know what to do with him. I mean, he hasn't eaten for a few days.
You've kidnapped a major movie star, okay? Now, you can either leave him somewhere and hope he's been sufficiently scared shitless to stay quiet, or you can send him on the kind of trip he won't come back from.
Oh, a trip! Such fun!
Oh dear, what a palaver this is.
Decisions, decisions.
If you could just handle this, Jock.
Al is in the boot of the car. You'd be doing us such a favor.
I'm really not one for goodbyes.
I think I got my nose.
So, this is one of those moments where you have a choice here.
By the time we got into Tulsa town, we had 85 trucks in all. But there's a roadblock up on the Cloverleaf, and them bears was wall to wall.
We're gonna listen to the convoy one.
What's happening? Who are you?
I'm the man getting you from A to B. A being the trunk of this car, and B being a horrific scenario of my choosing.
Oh God, please, no! I have money on me, lots of money!
Good to know, Al, good to know. I'll be sure to grab that after we're done.
Oh, shit! Please, let me go!
I thought you were a big, tough action movie guy.
I love how the devil's on my shoulder is always chat.
Please, don't do anything!
Ah, see, you can act. Don't listen to all those movie critics.
Are those crazy old bricks with you?
Just me and you, honey bun. Did you have fun with those two? They're harmless, aren't they?
They are not harmless! Those fucked up parlor games, the things that woman made me do to her feet!
Ah, you lucky boy! Older women are to be cherished.
You remind me of, like, when talking with the, I don't know exactly what that type of text is called. Italicized? Is that what they call it? Anyways. It always makes me think of, like, Emperor Palpatine. Dude, kill the cats.
I find that very offensive.
Oh, yeah. That's why I like Trevor so much. He knows he's fucked up. He's just, you know, doing whatever he feels like doing. Sometimes he feels like leaving somebody on the train tracks. Others he feels like letting him go after hitting them with a wrench 4 times. Twice in the balls, once in the arm, and once in the leg. Do it. Kill him.
They're not paying me anything.
Why are you doing this?
Well, 1, I'm a bad person. 2, I understand that love takes many forms. And 3, most importantly, you've seen all our faces. I've made the mistake of not tying up loose ends once before.
I won't tell a soul, I promise.
We both know you'll go straight to the police.
I won't. I fucking swear it. I could give you $10,000 right now.
Oh, damn, $10,000.
Raise the pity, kids, works wonders. Hi, I'm Alan McLean, child behavioral psychologist and former U.S. Marine. With my easy system, I'll turn your disruptive, unruly kids around fast. Let's face it, kids are rotten little shits. When I served our country...
Well, here we are, Al. Curtains up. It's time for your final scene.
You bastard! Shit! Please, no! You fucking psycho!
Nice last words. You fucking psycho.
Jock, we've been worried sick.
I regret to report the sad passing of Mr. Al Dinopoli. Train accident. Very sudden.
I loved that man. We will remember him always. The way he was on TV before we met him. Not that any of us met him, of course.
You two enjoy the rest of your vacation.
That was the first time I've ever done that mission, by the way. Skin of your teeth. I wonder what skin of your teeth is supposed to be. The question is, can we get the stun gun yet? I don't think so, but I gotta look to see. If we can do the other stuff. That is a very interesting thing to say. Technically, it is a job, but it's more like government agency type shit. Right? Like, any type of information gathering government agent might utilize some extracurricular things to get the information they need.
Gotta love that. Music from Spain, music from Kyoto.
Oh, I gotta get my eyes
Everyone
checked.
chilling right now in Galileo Park. Music from Taro Inoue.
Move and I will blow your brains out. I appreciate the help, buddy. I'll take it from here. Best we don't mention any of this on the paperwork. This is Officer Lewis. Suspect apprehended and requesting backup. Over. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, sir. This is a crime scene.
Nah, we'll let him be this time. I mean, I don't have no issues with whatever, you know, all that shit is. I've also got some sadistic and masochistic tendencies. Alright? But yeah, them adding... I don't know if they would do that. I mean, they might, because when you think about it, a lot of the... hold on, let me look this up to see if I can word this correctly. Yeah, back in August 11, 2013, this article came out talking about Rockstar recruiting the team behind the biggest GTA 5 roleplay community, right? 5M and Red M mod development crew CFX.RE has joined the developer. Even though it is very much nearly a decade old, Grand Theft Auto 5 is still one of the biggest games on the planet. More than 151,000 people are playing it on Steam alone at the time of writing it, and it still makes a major contribution to Rockstar Games owner Take-Two's bank balance. Role-playing has been a major contributor to GTA 5's enduring popularity, with tens of thousands of players using mods to create characters that live, work, and play with greater freedom in San Andreas and Los Santos. Now Rockstar is making moves in that space as CFX.RE, the team behind the biggest GTA 5M, and Red Dead Redemption 2's Red M mods and communities, has joined the publisher. Over the past few years, we've watched with excitement as Rockstar's creative community have found new ways to expand the possibilities of Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, particularly through the creation of dedicated roleplay servers. Rockstar wrote in its announcement, "As a way to further support those efforts, we recently expanded our policy on mods to officially include those made by the roleplay creative community. By partnering with CFX.RE team, we will help them find new ways to support this incredible community and improve the services they provide to their developers and players." The CFX.RE crew is jazzed about the move as well. This is a huge step forward in the growth of our community and an opportunity for us to work with Rockstar Games to advance the 5M platform and the creative community surrounding it, the team wrote in a forum post. While our day-to-day operations won't have any noticeable changes, with Rockstar support we are going to continue to improve our platform, and we are truly excited for what this means for our users, community, and creators. As Polygon notes, more than 170,000 players were using the 5M on custom servers on Friday morning, according to the mod's website. The popular NoPixel server runs on 5M and uses custom scripts to enhance the role-playing experience. Right? I mean, that's the thing. I have no... If everything is done in a safe and harmless manner, then why the fuck do people care? You know what I mean? Like, let people have fun going on rampages in Grand Theft Auto. Why should it bother you that somebody does whatever they go and do? You know what I mean? Also, I kind of want this car, so,
Blame my best friend.
I don't get why you're trying to blame Michael, because this is all you. It won't let me get in? Oh, that's bullshit.
Shit.
Oh well. Sadism is... I don't know if I would... Maybe, I don't know. The human brains works in unique and differing ways for each individual that you come across, so maybe for whatever reason the sadistic nature comes with that. I am not 100% sure. Could be. So R2 acts like the select button. I mean, like I said, it's each individual. It's a different type of thing. Some people, when they're feeling that way, they probably become masochistic in nature, or just shut down in quotation marks. I don't know how else to word it. Like I said, I'm not somebody who is a professional when it comes to shit like
pay this time, Trevor.
You
this.
hope what?
Forget it. Just don't break anything or hurt me.
The cheek.
Not yet.
Maybe I'll pay, maybe I won't. We're two local businesses supporting each other, Melvin. I don't have to shop here. All the disreputable people smuggling guns into the country these days, just be grateful for my patronage.
Of course. Sorry, Trevor. You ain't hit me yet, so that's a start.
Oh shit, the AP pistol. A lot of money for the fucking ammo, holy shit.
This is extremely uncomfortable for me.
I've heard about the postal games. Don't really know too much about them. Now, how hard would it be to control this with the keyboard controls? Is my question. W goes up, that goes over there. No. I? No. Weird. Yeah, like I've said time and time again, one of the ways that I've done it a couple times on stream when I've been like in a shit mood, right?
Yeah, I swear, dumb bitch, dumb. Hey, chill out, nigga. No,
Where
I need that old disrespectful ass bitch ass niggas. Hey, man, roll out before I get on y'all ass myself. Fuck you, bitch.
Well, I'll just go mess around, and like if somebody runs into me, I'll just take them out immediately. Which, honestly, what you've seen me do throughout the Grand Theft Auto series has probably been really, really fucking tame compared to the shit that I would get up to when I was in high school. Because instead of, you know, breaking someone's nose while I was in high school, I would just play this game. Let's do the berry mission here. And yeah, like, I know there's a lot of people that might look at what you said and be like, oh, worried about whatever, and it's like, there's no, it's a video game. You know? Like, if I'm gonna enjoy doing the shit that I know I would never do, like, yeah, if I could shoot lightning, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Come on, people. It's ones and zeros at the end of the day. People are all hyped up for the John Wick movies. You think that half the people who like John Wick are gonna try and, you know, become hired guns? No.
So I take it I can count on your attendance, friend?
Huh?
At the smoke-in.
We're what?
Yeah, we're gonna bring down the government by smoking weed together in a public place. It's very effective. I'm prepared to be a martyr, friend. Are you?
Shit, if being a martyr means to smoke good weed, for sure.
Would you like a little warm-up? You know, before you go and collect the supplies?
Before I what?
You know, get the supplies. Can't have a smoke in without smoke. You know, cerebral stuff that's gonna get the people up off their feet protesting.
Man, I don't know. It sounds kind of bullshit to me.
I love this. This is what I love.
Crush them with our resolve. Here. Have a little taste of that. Just a mellow, sophisticated high.
Man, it seems a little dry.
Can't you see the aliens?
Man, what else are you taking? Man, this shit is garbage.
Anyway, just get the stuff. It's a revolution, and then call me.
Crazy motherfucker.
I absolutely despise how they tried to portray marijuana in this game when it comes to Michael and Trevor and that dude. The only way you're gonna hallucinate when you smoke that shit is if you have hallucinogenics with it. Like, come on. Some people. That's why I was a general, like, laced, that's with it. Taking a tab of acid, that's with it, you know? But they try and make it like these people, they smoke and they all of a sudden start hallucinating. It's like, fuck off. Fuck off with that. That is something... Mushrooms. That's probably the only other thing I'd be willing to do. Mushrooms. Because... I can't see myself doing any other... substance outside of something that's like the best way I can word it is quote unquote natural, right? Like, to me, something like marijuana is natural. Oh, that's what we're kind of going back around to Ohio, because on November this month, November? Yeah, it's November this month. November 7th, I think the vote goes through for legalization, recreational legalization. It's already medicinally legal, obviously, in Ohio. But if it passes, it will be legally recreational, or recreationally legalized, however you want to word it. And it'll make it to where each adult of age 21 and older could own up to 6 plants, 12 for an entire household, so they limit how much you could have plant-wise. But because of the type of law that it is, even if it does pass, there's a chance that it could get fucked with. They could reduce the amount of plants you own, take away the amount of plants that you own, so on and so forth. Yeah. Of course, Ray. Yeah, that's not... I'm talking about just marijuana, not any of that other shit. Just grass. If you smoke just grass, you are not gonna fucking hallucinate. You might become paranoid and shit like that. It all depends. Each individual has different reactions to the shit. Right? But you are not gonna fucking hallucinate aliens attacking you.
So what's up, man?
Sit down and face forward. Now, I don't have a lot of time. I know you need money.
Oh yeah, no, that I know about.
Life Invader?
Oh shit, y'all two did that?
Look forward. We're two strangers having a friendly chat. And don't pretend that you liked Jane Norris.
Oh man, I don't know, homie. I mean, yeah, the dude outsourced work to child slaves. Then stole and sold everybody's private information. And even ripped his own friends.
I love how Lester is. Lester's trying to be subtle. Look forward, and it's like, dude, you know how obvious you are? Not looking at the dude you're talking to. When you talk to somebody, normally you look at them. It's different because, like, sometimes I'll still look at the camera, but a lot of the times I look at chat because in my head, I'm talking to you, but through chat.
Well, now you can.
So it's hard for me to look at the camera when I'm talking sometimes because
you know, trashing cars or planning lies, forging
of that
evidence,
reason.
anything we can do to take the battle back to these turds. you know, we'll fix the market in our favor and...
Now, mind you,
Shit, okay, cool.
Right, so...
normally what you want to do is you want to try and
Okay,
get...
so there's a new mollusk, sort of a
Hold up.
super mollusk, and it's called Priapolds. It's given a
Priapole,
living rigor
right?
mortis. Only Brett Lowry, CEO of Bilkington Research, paid off the FDA, and he doesn't care that his hardness pills are giving desperate middle-aged...
So these missions, if you listen to what Lester's saying...
Damn, man, that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Like I said, shit companies. You know, like, how many fucking companies will make a product that fucks people up but not give a shit because it's cheaper for them to keep sending the product out and eventually get caught and then dole out settlement money than it is for those companies to actually recall a product and send it back out?
Sniper rifle or sticky bombs, you know, whatever. Do it your way, however you want. I'm gonna make the investment. We don't speak about this or anything. Now walk away.
Yeah.
I'll stay here till you're gone.
I mean, when you consume different types of substances, you do have a tendency to get a tolerance to those substances, right? It's one of the reasons why people get so fucked up, because a lot of the time what happens is if somebody's addicted to a substance, if they stop taking that substance for a significant amount of time, when they start to take that substance again, they forgot how long it took them to get to the level they're at. So when they try and do what they used to do, they end up ODing because their body's not used to it anymore. Alright? The human body is actually amazing when you break it down. How, like, if you're taking supplements, like, say you start taking calcium supplements, or whatever supplement here or there, your body will stop producing that, whatever it is you're taking as the supplement, because it's getting it in other ways. That's why you can't just stop taking medication, because it will fuck you up. But yeah, the more you do shit, the more of a tolerance you get for it. Yeah, this mission's annoying. Yeah. This mission's annoying just because of how it takes a minute and a half. You're just gonna be sitting here with our hands up our ass, basically, or our thumbs up our ass, or whatever the fucking expression is, waiting for Jackass to show up. Alright? But yeah, this mission's pretty annoying.
Let's move it out, people! We need this area cleared!
It took me forever to realize how you had to wait. Because when this first happened, I just blew everything up and failed and shit like that, because it was like, you didn't wait long enough, and I was like, what? Oh. I don't think so. I think you have to do this mission like this on a speed run.
Keep your eye out for anything unusual. Let's see if we can...
Man, you get what you give out, Mr. Lowry.
We got a shooter! Take cover! Shots fired! Shots fired! Where is that son of a bitch? Keep your eyes open! He's here somewhere! Rolls is down! Get an ambulance!
And mission complete. Bada bing, bada boom.
Hey, it's done. I know. Good work.
All right, well, shit, let me know about the next thing.
Will do, but before that, I've got to tell you something.
I know you have to do this mission to unlock other missions,
Successful, so I figured we needed some
but I don't know if you have to wait for the timer. You probably do because it's probably hard-coded where he doesn't spawn in until the timer rolls up.
Someone to live there for tax purposes, so some guys are moving your stuff in.
Oh, shit. Meaning I don't have to live with my crazy ass aunt no more? Man, I don't know what the fuck to say, dawg.
Don't say anything, especially if a man in a suit comes to the door. I'm joking. That probably isn't gonna happen. It's yours. Enjoy it.
Oh, whoops. Did not mean to do that. First things first. We need to go pick up our car. I forgot that this mission gave Franklin a house. That's why you have to do that mission in order to get the house for Franklin for other missions to pop up. The hell is this?
Help! That guy took my wallet!
Just drop it! That's a weak play, fool!
Dumbass.
Did you get my stuff back?
There you go, dude.
Don't balance out my karma, but there you go.
Oh my god, man. You're awesome.
Did we just kill the man for 20 bucks? Those two responses are hilarious. Was that after the first murder? Well, the first assassination, and the reason that was is because what Lester will do is Lester will make the investments and made a fuck ton of money, so they're like, all right, buy the house, give it to somebody.
Are arrested each year for simple possession. During the next election.
Yeah, exactly. The movie star only offered Trevor 10K. How dare he? Try and be a cheapskate like that.
US now serving 42 new destinations worldwide. Travel like a real man.
As for taking out people in GTA Online for less, yeah, public lobbies are like that. Off stream, I've been doing a little bit of private lobby shit where I'll like buy stuff to do deliveries and steal cars to sell them, right? Which I've not really made much money off of doing that because I haven't sold any of the cars yet. But I've got 5 cars ready to ship out. A couple worth 100K, a couple low ends too. I see what you people meant when they were talking about it not being worth it unless it's a high-end car. And low-wage Netflix star. I don't know. That all depends on what type of a thing you're doing for Netflix, because I highly doubt the individuals who are doing the live action for One Piece are getting paid shittily, especially considering the writer's strike lifted up recently. So they've come to a deal. They've come to whatever that deal is, so I'm pretty sure the actors, actresses, and writers and shit like that. Or maybe it's just the writers, I don't know. I didn't really focus too much on that shit. But regardless, those people are probably making more money now than they used to be. That's the one where you go to your business. You go to your business, you look for a car, and then you get the car, right? That's what you're talking about, or is it something else you're talking about? Because for each delivery, I'd end up making, like, for the high-end cars, it's $100,000. You're not making $100,000 of... Ah, okay. Gotcha. Does that mean that Franklin smokes cigarettes? Hey, greetings, good day. I'm So Rogue. How are you doing today? Also appreciate the one biddy into the treasury, Ray. Very, very much appreciate that. Nice. How's Enlisted been treating you? I've had a couple of rough games where I've been playing off stream. Fucking the randos are just so frustrating. I mean, the bong, I know it's his because that bong was at his and his aunt's house. Let's see what Trevor's up to. We'll get to the killing soon, Ray. Appreciate another bit, by the way. Appreciate that. Yeah, Twitch does that sometimes. Twitch be twitching. Oh wow, he's actually wearing his fucking suit still? That's wild. I almost don't believe it. But yeah, I've been playing Enlisted as well, and oh my goodness, some of the people that I go up against are like insane with what their skill level is, and the people that I'm normally playing with are just like, they don't know what they're doing. Welcome back. It's like, guys, take out the tank, which is wiping out our tickets. Please and thank you. That's funny. Oh yeah, welcome back, Rogue.
He's one of the rhythm doctors. His name is Richard Spaven. Most recently heard performing with the Cinematic Orchestra and Jose James.
I wonder if they're gonna have like the discount and stuff like that for Grand Theft Auto 6. How if you go to a shooting range, you can get a 25% discount if you get all gold. I really am curious about that for Grand Theft Auto 6. I hope there are just more ways to make money, because there's not a lot of ways to make money in this game. At least the type of money that I want to make. Oh, you want to be first? Got you. For a minute I was like, what do you mean you want to be first? You're talking about the thing up there. That's awesome. I always love having certain routines when it comes to certain games. My routine isn't a log-off routine, but it's like, alright, if I start up Grand Theft Auto Online, first thing I do, I go to the casino, do my daily spin, and then I get my 1,000 chips, and then if I feel like it, I make the bet, right? Otherwise, Otherwise, after that, I do some simple delivery type things. Yeah. I haven't really. I use my PlayStation 4 still, but I primarily only use it for like last night when I woke back up. I put on YouTube and I was watching that while I dealt with my headache and shit like that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Insane Baboon and Ray are going after each other's positioning on the bit board or the leaderboard. Oh, that's. I thought that was gonna call the cops on me. Never mind. Thank you for the 100 bits. I'm gonna have to try and see how much in total y'all are dropping and thank you properly from there. Bit War, yeah, that's what it's called, Bit War. I've seen a couple of those Bit Wars happen. Holy shit, they can get insane. Oh no. Oh no. I'm saying oh no because for the, I don't know how long this is gonna last from you two. Regardless, I appreciate it. I'm gonna classify this as one of the first Bit Wars, by the way. Whoever's here live and whoever watches this on YouTube, you're witnessing history because... Oh, one time I did that and I hit the sub and died. Go up. Thank you. Anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first legitimate Bit War that has occurred in the kingdom. Alright, so how do we do this? A and D to turn on the spot.
I've got that submarine we talked about.
Shift to go up, control to go down.
Floyd, don't go quiet on me or I'll come around and I'll, well, we both know what I'm talking about.
That would be insane.
On my way.
Breaks down to 200, 20k bits breaks down to 200, don't it?
What's this?
Oh shit.
Man doing an honest day's work?
There's nothing honest about this, sir. But this is a dishonest day's work.
Oh. Yeah, I think it has to be one thing. It has to be, together. I don't know how cheering works.
Do some research on Merryweather Security Consulting.
Outside of like, because I have dropped bits to people before, and I don't know. There's a way to do it where you click on the bit button and you could do it like that way. I've done that before, but I don't know how to do it manually.
Murdering, stealing, high on power guns and anabolic steroids. Lucky bastards.
Look, I don't know.
Hold on, Google. Google, help us. Google, help me get more bits. Google. No, okay, so how do you manually give bits? Yeah, like that. That's how I would do it normally. To cheer using the chair mode menu, press the bits icon in the chat window, select the number of bits you wish to use from the default gem chair modes menu. And then, okay, that's not what I asked though. Real talk, I appreciate this. Y'all. Appreciate the bit drops. Oh god. I guess the way that it works is you have to put down the amount of bits that you want to do. So you do like the Oh god, I looked away for 2 seconds. I keep hearing the ding. I'm hearing the fucking dings. Oh no. You all are crazy. Oh no. What is it's R? It would be something like this. Yeah. It's CHEER and then the amount. It's one word. It's the amount that you want. So you would do like CHEER 505 would give you that. I can't do it in my own chat. I can't press enter. What if I do underscore? Okay, that. So without the equal sign, that's what you would have to do. Also, you've worried me, Ray. You've worried me even further beyond what you've got. What we've done so far. You cheeky people. But yeah, that's how you manually chair. I thought it was a different spelling as well.
Are going to enjoy shitting on them. Oh, great. Well, I look forward to that. Okay, well, that's more like it.
You want to know what? I really want there to be fishing in the next Grand Theft Auto game. Not just because I like fishing. Yeah, no, that might do it. Appreciate the 1,052 biddies, Ray. Also appreciate the, what's it from you? 257 from you, Redneck, and I'm gonna have to go. Wait, is there a way to hold on? How do I hold up? I'm gonna learn something really quickly. We're gonna learn something. Oh no. How do I see how many bits people have given me? To be able to track this in your dashboard. Okay. You all are crazy. Where's my dashboard? My dashboard's over here. Let's figure this out together, shall we? So I can properly thank you for the proper amounts. Okay, so at the dashboard. Mine. Oh no. You know what I feel like right now? I feel like I'm watching the seagulls. Mine right now. But instead of fighting for the French fries, you're fighting for the bit leader. Where the hell is it? Well, that's going to tell me how many bits I got now. That's not what I want, though. Engagement? Is this it? No, that's not it. Damn it. No. Where the hell is this? Ray takes this one. Ah, YouTube video. That'll help. Thank you. Oh. Not... You fucking asshole. That's not what I thought it was for. Oh, that's good. That was good. That surprised me. I'm like, oh, there's a video. Maybe that'll tell me how to figure out the dashboard thing. Okay, I can see total amount, right? Apologies for the delay here. Yeah, I have no idea how to do. Hold on. Why you gotta be so annoying and not give me the answers I want? Affiliate program. Unless I'm not looking at it right. Really? I guess I'm not looking at it right. No, I don't want to see my bits history. Oh! Wait, no. Entering and leaving your inventory. That's not right. I love how there's so many guides about how to use bits. So annoying. I'll have to figure this out later. Here's another one. Is this what I'm looking for? Rickroll, nice. I kind of figured it was going to be something like that. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Okay, so here's what's hilarious. Hold on. Wait. I think I figured out how to do this. It's not the way to do it. I'm gonna have to figure out the proper setup. No. Now if I go here, we might hear myself echo for a moment. Okay, so Ray, Redneck, and Insane Baboon. Hopefully these are accurate, but these are what I see for you with the 2,162 bits, Redneck with the 1,209, and Insane Baboon with the 420. Also, awesome for the 420. Oh, that's great. Your ringtone being the Rickroll. I have no idea if it just shows the top 3, or if it will show the whole list, but I had to go to my own channel to look at the list, the monthly list. There's got to be a better way to do that. I'll have to look into it, but I was starting to get frustrated because I dislike when I'm paused for too long in a video game that I'm playing. Again, appreciate it, all y'all. You fucking dropped. Like, nope, this is gonna be mine for the month. Sit down, and step aside. I don't, see, like I said, that kind of stuff doesn't annoy me because, like, it's a harmless meme. Like, I view it humorous, right? It's one of those things where, like, if somebody's constantly rickrolling you, it can kind of be like, all right. Because at that point, like, if you were to start rickrolling me every day, I would imagine that some of the stuff you would want me to react to would probably be a rickroll or something like that. Like, on Monday, tomorrow, when we get to our React Andean section, I could imagine, like, oh, hey, here's a video. I'd be hesitant to be like, well, not hesitant to play it, but I'd be like, is this a rickroll? Possibly. Let's find out. You know what I mean? And, like, if you kept doing that every time I was live, or every Monday, I would expect it from you, you know? I wouldn't get annoyed by it, though. Then again, that's current me saying that. Future me might have a different tale. A different tale to tell. Well, see, whenever a government agency or something like that's telling you something's bad, at least from my perspective, a lot of the time it's like, I don't really trust the government as far as I could throw a car. So... That, and like I said earlier, it's humorous to me that they're getting police officers or what have you to try and talk negatively about issue 2. For Ohio, issue 2 is the recreational legalization of marijuana, something I'm going to be talking about. And I'll be really excited next week or very upset next week, depending on, you'll probably see in the Discord if you're a part of the Discord, my reaction, because I'll probably start messaging.
If you turn a crew onto a score,
but regardless, you got a police officer trying to say that if they were to legalize marijuana, it would increase traffic accidents by 10%, and it fucking made me start rolling, laughing, because I was like, really? That's what you're gonna try and do? You're gonna try and say it risks people's lives? That is utter bullshit. It would probably be less dangerous than alcohol when it comes to that. Obviously, I wouldn't say drive under the influence of anything. I wouldn't drive if I took a couple of puffs. I wouldn't be driving, right? That's the thing that pisses me off. How they'll use fear to try and get shit to go the way they want it to go. So by that, they're gonna throw up a police officer, which in all honesty is the worst fucking thing you can do for anything right now, because popularity of the police is at an all-time low. Like, if I felt in danger, I would be hard for me to call 911 because of how much I currently dislike the police. I know. Yeah. That's what they're trying to say. They're trying to equate marijuana as equivalent to driving under the influence of alcohol. The fuck did you just say? I don't know what the fuck they just said, but whatever it was, they deserved their fate. Hey, Alberto Heights. I think this might be the last mission we do for the evening because I'm starting to get a headache. I might actually turn the music off. Maybe that'll help deny it. Oh, bitch. I love how the security guard... Fucking... Where are you? Open the door. I'm annoyed. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna prevent people from making the decision they're gonna make. Maybe it will make some people make that decision, but in all honesty, I think the general consensus about, like, police officers in general is at an all-time negative. Which, yeah, at least from my perspective it is. But that, and education about the subject has also reached an all-time high. You know what I mean? Like, more and more people are more and more educated about the subject of, like, marijuana and the effects of it when you smoke it or eat it if it's an edible or what have you, because of it becoming more and more recreationally legal across the country. Yeah, there are, but instead of it being a situation where a couple of bad apples spoil the bunch, it's that the bunch has been spoiled by all the bad apples, making it to where the good apples aren't even looked at because of all the bad apples. You know what I'm trying to say? At least from my perspective, that's how it seems to be. Well, you're lucky you lived. Well, yeah, there are a lot of good cops out there. Or maybe there's not a lot of good cops out there. Maybe there are just a couple of good cops out there. I don't know. All I know is I look at police officers. Literally, do you want to know what I look at when I see a police officer? What I think my first thought is? And this is fucked up, but this is the truth. I see a gang member when I look at a police officer. I see like how we have the Grove Street who wear green and the ballers who wear purple. I see the police officers who wear blue. I see that as a gang in my head. Enjoy your food, Ray, and once again, appreciate the biddies. No, I've heard a little bit about good ones, but it's just there are so many. I know there are so many bad cops because of all the shit that I've seen and whatnot. And it's just I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of these assholes who think they are the boss because they have a gun and a badge. Most of them are just fucking punk bitches that are worthless. And that's why they become police officers. To make themselves feel better by being able to, like, be the boss of other people and shit like that. Again, this is my own opinion, right? It's not a fact. Yes, there are bad police officers, but there are also good police officers, just like me using the terminology of I think of a gang isn't exactly the correct term to use, because at the end of the day, where yes, stereotypically a gang is bad, that doesn't mean that if anyone is a part of that gang, they are a bad person. They've just been put in a situation where that's what they have to do, or that's what they feel they have to do. So you can have the thoughts that you have. If you view police officers as good, awesome. I'm actually glad that you view police officers as a good thing. But it's really difficult for me to look at a police officer and feel positive emotions. Let's do this mission. I like this mission. Because it unlocks more heist stuff for us to do. Plus, let me just break this down for you. I live in Ohio. When a good portion of the police officers that you hear about in the negative are revolving around being police officers from Ohio, my opinion is a little bit more colored in the negative. We had one incident a couple years back where 2 people were just running from the cops in a car, and 50 police officers were chasing them down, and they opened up fire. I think, hold on, let me Google this story really quickly, because this is something that I want to say with accuracy. Oh! This happened recently. This wasn't even what I was talking about. Jalen Walker, Ohio police released video of deadly suspect chase. U.S. police have released video of a chase in Akron, Ohio, which ended in a black man being shot dead, hit more than 60 times by pursuing officers. When I hear shit like that, I can't look at a police officer and go, oh yeah, a good guy. I can't cheer for something like that. I don't care what the fucking circumstances are. When you have a group of people shoot somebody else over 60 times, that's fucked up. Wow. Yeah. No, I understand that completely, Redneck. I understand that, but I'm unlike a lot of other people who don't. I do research and shit, right? And I realize how people are calling this situation fucked up when it's not fucked up, and other people aren't really talking about this situation when they should be. This situation, to me, regardless of the situation, is fucked up because of... Where is it? Police say they believe that Jalen Walker, 25, opened fire first and officers feared for their lives. Mr. Walker was not armed. Where is it? 8 officers! 8 officers involved in the shooting. 7 of whom are white and 1 of whom is black, have been put on paid administrative leave. They're probably not going to get a single charge to them, which... I couldn't say anything about, yes, they should be charged, or no, they shouldn't. But from the bottom of my heart, something should happen, because 8 people shooting somebody is fucked up. That is a gang shooting in my mind. 8 people shooting 1 dude is a gang shooting in my mind. He was... Wait, where is it? Police body cameras show a person in a ski mask getting out of the car and running toward the car park, chased by officers for about 10 seconds before they open fire. Hit more than 60 times. Hit more than 60 times. Hit more than 60 times. Hit. So, I'm sorry, but you can't look at me and get me to feel any other emotion except the negative one whenever I think about the police officers because of shit like that. This is one of those agree to disagree moments because they chase him for 10 seconds. I understand shit happens fast, but like, in my mind, when someone goes to be a police officer, opening fire should, in all honesty, be the last thing that they have to be forced to do it. They should not be the ones initiating. It's maybe I'm fucked up for saying this, but when I think of a police officer, I think of somebody who should be protecting and serving and talking people down, not opening fire on them because they're afraid that they're going to start getting shot at. Not in the United States. The way police officers are trained, they only go 3 months of training, when in everywhere else, well, okay, this subject is a subject that we're going to have to, hold on. How long are police officers trained around the world? Right? Around the world, police officers. Let's take a look. On average, U.S. officers spend around 21 weeks training before they are qualified to go on patrol. That is far less than most other countries. Right? More people are killed by police in the U.S. than any other developed country, and there are growing calls for improved training to reduce the use of lethal force. We looked into what training U.S. police officers receive and how it compares with other parts of the world. About 1,000 people a year are killed by police officers in the U.S., according to an independent project that tracks police violence. Most are shot dead. The majority of the world's police forces carry firearms, but no developed nation uses them against their citizens as often as officers in the U.S., and disproportionately against African Americans, compared with the percentage of the population they represent. Quick little React Andy here to show police killings as proportion of population per 10 million people in selected countries. Right? Part of this is to do with gun culture. You don't fucking say! Fewer than 10% of people killed by police were recorded as unarmed. In 2020, 49 police officers were shot dead while on duty. That sucks. How long does police training take? Here we go. Here we go. Average hours in selected countries. A bit over 500 compared to, like, even Canada has a... No, that's more like, what, 700, and this is more like 1,200? We need more training. We need way more training for our police officers. U.S. Police Academy spend far more time on firearms training than on de-escalating a situation. Here's your sign. 71 hours against 21. On average, according to a 2013 U.S. Bureau of Justice statistic report. This is what I do that other people don't do. Not everybody doesn't do this, but I like to look into shit like this and do research and like, for shit that I'm very passionate about, and one of the things I'm very passionate about is, you know, more training for police officers, or more laws in place that help gun control. You do not need to own a fucking weapon that shoots 1,200 rounds in a minute. I don't care what the fuck you try and tell me. Oh, if against government tyranny. You're only fucking... That's in your fucking head. Government tyranny. Because, oh yeah, okay, let's look at it that way. You're gonna rise up against government tyranny, right? You're gonna take your firearms to go up against them. Do you think in any situation you're gonna be able to fucking defeat the government? You're not. Not in the way that you're imagining in your head. Not when they're gonna fucking send attack helicopters after you and shit like that. For one thing. For another thing, if you actually go through the U.S. Constitution and read the Constitution and all of its addendums, amendments, and all that, because, fun fact, the 18th Amendment made prohibition a thing, where alcohol was illegal, and the 21st Amendment is what brought alcohol back, right? But the Second Amendment goes over a well-regulated militia. Well-regulated. What we currently have in the United States is not well fucking regulated.
Oh, you're good. The three cunts.
Yeah, policing and being in the military is vastly different.
Something else.
I don't think military people should train police officers the way they train military people. Because when you're trained to be in the military, you're trained to
That's how they get paid.
take life most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. If you're in the military, there could be a possibility that you're taking a life. If you join the policing, you should be trained as a last resort. I love that, Trevor. Who doesn't like selling drugs because he sells drugs?
And we need you boys to requisition that money for us.
The bonds are leaving the terminal in an armored car.
Yeah, fuck you, Dave. We don't have time.
No, they don't. They don't think about that kind of shit. Right? And it pisses me off anytime some mass shooting happens, because I know that people are going to want to talk about making gun control and shit like that. And it's not going to happen because of all the fucking assholes that are currently in power in politics, right? Because you have like the NRA, the National Rifle Association, giving millions of dollars upon millions of dollars to all these people that are currently in politics right now. And of course, they want to keep the people who are paying them money happy. So what they're going to do is they're going to keep guns the way they are. If not, try and make guns more readily available to people. Fuck every politician that wears an AR-15 pin. Fuck them.
And we're gold.
They're
I
assholes.
hope like hell these are the kind of agency men that don't carry a panic button with them. If they are, we deal with it. If and when.
If and motherfucking when.
I will keep my eyes peeled, General.
What's funny is, I basically had an epiphany a while back about having talks like this, and how I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just gonna have these conversations, because why not? Like, for a couple years I had been, like, hesitant to even discuss some of this shit, because, oh, I don't want to piss people off. But you know what? If I piss people off, I'm gonna piss people off for just existing, just like every one of you in here, currently, is gonna piss people off for just existing, because of how different our opinions are to each other. I think it's okay, like, if people disagree with me and think that the police isn't fine, whatever, that's fine. I disagree with you.
We'll need boiler suits and masks for this job. Garbage truck.
Oh yeah, no, a lot of politicians, anytime some, like, instead of wearing the U.S. flag pin, which is supposed to represent the fact that these politicians are there for our country, right? That's why that's the idea behind wearing a United States flag pin, right? But instead of wearing the U.S. flag pin, they wear an AR-15 pin, and it's like, well, that shows where your priorities are. Another interrupting of the programming. Another interrupting of the programming to show what I'm talking about. Why are some members of Congress wearing AR-15 pins? Some Republican members of Congress have been sporting controversial new pins on their lapels in the shape of a miniature AR-15 rifle. Or in the shape of miniature AR-15 rifles. Fuck all of them for doing this, in all honesty. You absolute fucking scums of the earth. Just like, I'd rather be best friends with a fucking bottom-feeding carp than show any amount of respect towards these fuck nuggets. Instead of addressing gun violence head-on and taking action to save lives, certain members of Congress have decided that flaunting AR-15 pins days after multiple mass shootings in a clear way to support Second Amendment rights. That is not a clever way to support the Second Amendment rights, you fucking assholes. It disgusts me. It fucking disgusts me. That people in this country care more about fucking guns than saving even a singular life. Oh, but these are the same fucking people that want to prevent abortions from taking lives, right? Fuck you, you inconsiderate motherfuckers. I'm getting mad. Calm down. It's okay. It's aggravating. It's never too late. It's never fucking too late. That's a wrong thought to have right there. The reason that's a wrong thought to have is because any amount of fucking regulation or prevention will help stem the flow of weapons. We have no flow stem right now. I could go out to a fucking gun show and buy a fucking AK-47 right fucking now if I wanted to. Maybe not exactly that. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it'll help the stem. It'll help flow the stem of firearms like that. Yeah, we have like 5-to-1 for this. We have 300 million or whatever people in this country, and we can give each person who lives in this country 5 firearms. That's fucking ridiculous. That is fucking ridiculous. Oh, we're gonna keep the rant going. I mean, I'm still gonna play the game, but the rant's gonna keep going because, I mean, mind you, that was kind of the end of the rant right there, realistically, because I really don't have much more to say other than I think every motherfucker who has the audacity to say, no, we don't want to put protections, we don't want to put regulations on firearms, but we're gonna make sure nobody can get abortions to save lives, can go straight to fucking hell. Because they're absolute pieces of shit. Because they don't give a fuck about, they want control. That's what it is. It's the idea of control. Oh my, I'm angry. I needed to rant like this apparently though, because it's good. It's good to get this off my chest. Well, yeah, it is. It's But here's the thing, right? You could all day long find negatives and positives with the way that things are in this country versus other countries, right? You can do that all day long. That's one of the reasons why, while I am ranting like this and I have the opinions that I have, well, I mean, I'm able to vent, but this vent is a little bit different because I normally keep myself held back whenever I'm streaming, because I look at shit like this as I look at conversations like this as a little bit of a downer for the mood, right? I don't like to down the mood, but in all honesty, today's one of the days where I'm gonna blame the weather for me not feeling well, because I don't give a fuck right now. Like, I'm gonna have conversations like this in the future as well, and I'll have rants like this in the future, when I used to not want to have these because I was always like, oh, I don't want to piss people off. Fuck it. If I'm gonna piss people off, I'm gonna piss people off anyways. Fuck it. The only thing is, I would hope that the people that I piss off are pissed off for the right reasons, and not pissed off because I'm saying shit that goes directly against the opinions that they have, not because they have those opinions, but because other people tell them to have those opinions. I have the opinions that I have, not because other people said, oh, you should think this way, but because over time I've done research and I've studied things and I've looked at the way the world is from my perspective. I have large disagreements with my family, right? Not exact, we have a lot of the same opinions about certain subjects, like this subject for one thing. It's something we have a similar opinion about, but we also have differentiated opinions about other subjects too. But what's making me mad isn't the subject matter, it's the fact that the hypocrisy of the subject matter, you know what I mean? Of the individuals in question that I'm talking about. Right? They're so fucking hypocritical. It's just like, I fucking hate hypocrisy, I really do. And I try my damnedest to avoid it. I really do. It's why I like going back and looking at my shit whenever I know it's not the same exact thing, but let me say this, whenever something happens in a game and, my character gets fucked up or whatever, and I bitch at the game for it being the reason I got fucked up, and that's not the case at all.
They oiled my whole body for the shoot. Just fascinating.
Hey, yeah.
But yeah, it's one of the things where,
Just to say, I got us some headgear for this masquerade balls up.
and yes, there are some opinions that people will have in the future that might come to this stream that I will wholeheartedly disagree with, to the point that I'll just fucking straight up time them out, if not ban them. And that's just, it's gonna be rare whenever that happens. But if somebody comes along saying some of the shit that I was just bitching about, like, oh, I think everybody should have the miniguns, but you better not abort any babies, that will probably be grounds for like a timeout or something like that at the very least. Probably. I mean, there's a thing about how long on average countries like this exist in the traditional sense, right? So like if you were to look at hold on, I don't know how to Google this, so based on most reports and those who have done the research, the average country will survive approximately 150 years, right? The average age of an empire is a mere 250 years. But of different interest rates, like I'm reading another one, the average country lifespan is 20 years and shit like that. But yeah, it doesn't, that's not like, it's less of a matter of opinion and just more of a matter of, over time, the United States will eventually cease to exist as it is. It might still be called the United States, maybe? Like Rome. Rome isn't the Rome of yesterday that it is today. What do we do? We're gonna quick save it, I think. After we get the clothing we need. And then we're gonna wrap up. It might happen. I mean, the Russia thing might be more like it might happen sooner rather than later because of the shit that's currently going on over there with... When you have no idea if the current leader of a country is alive or not, like, does anyone know if Putin, like, that's what the thing's been going around. There's rumors that Putin's dead. When you have no idea if the current leader of a country is alive or not, that's an issue. That is a big issue. Is it an issue that will lead to a civil war in Russia? I have no idea. I mean, I believe it. With how many spies every single government has in the world, or throughout the world, yeah, I'd believe that. I mean, that normally does have a tendency to happen when when a big change like that happens, when a civil war occurs. If Putin's faction, say it was Putin's faction and some opposing faction that went into a civil war, the opposing faction wins. The members of Putin faction have a couple of options. Option 1, they go to ground and they hide. Option 2, they get imprisoned. Or option 3, they end up getting killed. That's... I mean, just like we have our hands in literally everything, every government also has their hands in everything. You can't look at me and say that Russia, China, and every other country that has some form of a military type of government does not have spies in the United States. We have spies here, just like we have spies over there. Like, that is one of those things that nobody could say, because in all honesty, as an American, of course we're gonna be we're gonna be hinted at that America has the most spies, the best spies, this, that, and the other. Of course so. Just like in the UK, you don't think that everybody in the UK thinks that their spies are everywhere and have a hand in everything like the US does? Yeah. Yes. Just like other countries. See, here's the thing. It's stuff like this, subjects like this are a matter of what's it called? It's a type of bias, right? It's a type of bias to where I guarantee you the people over in Russia have the exact same thought process as we are when we talk about manipulate. Like, we know we've done shit to manipulate other countries, just like Russia's done shit to manipulate other countries as well, and vice versa, right? Trust me when I say the spy systems across the world, we don't know what they are. We have no idea the true strength of our spy network, just like we have no idea the true strength of Russia's spy network. You know who does know? The people that are involved in those spy networks. The Mission Impossible people. The MI6 people. Those people, they know. And you don't think the people in the United States aren't fed propaganda either? Trust me, the people over here are force-fed propaganda. Just look at our education systems.
You don't want to end up in the back
right?
of this.
How when you go to high school, you're not taught about what actually went on during, like, certain wars and shit like that until after the fact, where you look something up and find out about this, that, or the other, or how we're taught how, for the most part, like, when did you learn about Christopher Columbus and who actually discovered America? You know what I mean? Yeah, yep. A lot of people in this country also think the same thing. Maybe not a lot, but there's a handful of people at the very least that think that same thought. There's also a handful of people in this country that think the shit that's going on over in Israel and shit like that is them doing reasonable action, which they're not. But you have a handful of people that think that. So trust me when I say shit isn't as black and, well, not black and white as that, but whatever the terminology. Fuck off, police officers, really. Not as complex as you're saying. Oh, that's bullshit. Who spotted me? This is how I'm gonna break it down. When you have one group that sends missiles into another country, just automatically sends missiles into that country and causes as much death, doom, and destruction as they have, I'm not gonna agree with that positioning. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, they're in the right. I can't agree with that. I mean, again, I don't know what the prompt is, but I can say I don't agree with just immediately resorting to violence like that. So much needless death. So many innocents just getting not only displaced, but straight up murdered. That's not... For me, in my thing, it's all fucked up, right? This goes back to the perspective thing, right? If more people were to step back and realize how insignificant we are, I think they would also realize that attacking each other like this doesn't make sense, right? Like, this is one of those moments if every country, if every group of people just got over the bullshit differences that they feel they have, right? And we work together as a whole, there would be world peace. But you have too many people that have too many differentiating opinions that want their opinion to be the only fact of the world, right? It's not opinion to them, it's fact. So they want to turn that opinion into fact by any means necessary. But this is the thing. You want to know when it's going to start happening? When more and more people can, like, look at the world. Literally look at the planet Earth and be like, oh my god, we're so insignificant. None of our shit, none of our problems are actually problems. None of the issues where people rise up to try and take it, like, that shit does not matter at the end of the day. If you really, really break it down, it's so fucked up and sad that these individuals are so hateful, angry. They want that they're gonna go kill each other for it. You know what I mean? I that aggravates me so much. I'm very doubtful about any nuclear weapons being used in the near or distant future. I mean, like I said, you could look at any group of individuals that are against each other and say they're both fucked up, right? You can look at any groups of individuals and say that, because at the end of the day, anything that's causing massive amounts of loss of life is not a good thing to have happen.
Sanitation truck's there now, so don't you bother.
Oh, you again.
This crazy guy smacking the shit out of his girlfriend. I don't know what to do.
Well, what you're gonna do is you're gonna end up dead, because this is a honeypot situation.
She was screaming no, and he just kept hitting her. It's just over here.
We got one. Go get in there. You fucking move and you're dead. Give me the fucking money. You must really.
Dumbasses. I pressed the wrong button a couple times. I wonder if you don't do anything if you just get robbed by them. But yeah, this is probably the most I've ever gone into these subjects before, in all honesty. Another historical moment for the kingdom. We've had our first bit war, and we've had our first in-depth, controversial conversation where we talk about things that can be classified as a controversial topic. To me, there really shouldn't be any subject that should be controversial, because like I've been saying, the insignificance of humanity as a whole, like, and everything as a whole, is like, the shit doesn't matter. None of the shit matters at the end of the day. And of course, yeah, I might say that, but I'm still gonna get pissed off about certain things. Just like anyone else is gonna get pissed off about certain things. Can't help that. But the problem is, you gotta have moments where you can let that rage. Maybe it simmers, but just don't let that rage control you. Let it go at times, you know what I mean? Just accept that there are things that are the way that they are currently, and they will change. Whether or not they change for the better or the worse depends on your perspective, right? Because I guarantee you, if they were to right now go boom, gun control, you can't get a weapon that fires more than this many rounds per minute. There are people that would be so happy. I'd be one of them. And there are, mind you, I'm just saying this for reference's sake, and this is metaphorical shit, so don't freak out. And there are also people who would despise it. They would hate it. They would want to change what was just changed, you know what I mean? They'd want to be like, that doesn't make sense. We should be able to have automatic weapons if we want to. I'm gonna have to save it and end, because And no, I don't have a headache because of the conversation of topic or the rage. I've been fighting off a headache for the past hour, and it came in like a half hour ago. And honestly, the headache's not nearly as bad after my rant, but I am going to have to wrap up here because the headache's going to get worse and I'm not going to be able to focus on anything when it does. I wanted to go for 4 hours tonight, but 3 is going to have to do. Tomorrow is going to be Minecraft. We're going to play that for a couple hours and probably go over the recreational legalization potential of marijuana in Ohio on tomorrow. And possibly a couple of other subjects if they come up. Like, the only reason this subject came up is because I made a comment about police officers and the general consent, like the general thought of police officers being in the negative right now from my perspective. And then we started going down the rabbit hole that is why police are viewed the way they are in the United States right now to a certain extent, and then gun control, and then politics of gun control and shit like that. Which we'll probably have conversations like this in the future, in all honesty, if the topic of conversation goes down that rabbit hole. After Minecraft on tomorrow, we'll be going through and doing some React Andy shit. We'll probably be finishing up Relatize's videos on Ninja Gaiden low percent. Well, see, here's the thing. Last thing. When you get into that type of stuff, right? The cold dead hands thing. The problem is that their only argument of defense revolves around the Second Amendment, right? Shall not be infringed. They always focus on that shall not be infringed. Here's the thing. Well-regulated militia. Well-regulated is to me, the most important part about that. Because what we currently have is not well regulated. Driving is more regulated than gun stuff, right? You have to get your license. You have to do a year, every couple of years, you have to renew your license. That's what they should be doing with gun stuff, right? Gun control should be similar to how driving is. You need to get a license to be able to operate a firearm. You should have to do tests to show that you can properly operate that firearm. You should have to do those tests every couple of years. That is what I think the gun control should be at that point, right? I disagree that, I don't care, but I do disagree. Now that sounds weird. What I mean though is, I disagree that people should be able to go out and buy an AR-15. But if the regulation was to the level that I was saying, I would care less. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, I care so much now because how easy it is to acquire a weapon that is similar, if not worse, than the AR-15. Oh, also, you want to know what else I think? This is after I show this video, this is when I'm going to wrap up. All right. Appreciate the once again, appreciate the bits. And I do hope you get that good rest. See you next time, Ray. So, really fast, last subject. This is one of the things that I would like to think that we might all be able to have a similar thought process on when it comes to also hold up. Let's actually quick save it. Create new save, yes. Pause the split. Close out of Grand Theft Auto. So I don't start playing it again when I'm done here. Well, okay, maybe not every few years, but they should do it every few years when it comes to guns. That's what I meant. Like, that's... Okay, now, this is a thing that should not be legal. This should not be legal. This should not be a thing that's legal. You want to know why? Oh, don't fucking do that. This... That should not be fucking legal. At all. With that crank, you can turn a semi-automatic 22 into a fucking assault rifle. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? That's 50 rounds in less than 8 seconds. Anyways, stick around if you're alive if you want to follow the raid, because I'm going to raid somebody. But that's going to be it for me for those that are watching on YouTube and the Twitch highlight. Like I said, if you're live, stick around. If you're going to be wrapping up here, however, be sure to become a citizen today via subscribing to this channel as well as my main channel if you're watching on YouTube. Link should be down in the description below. If you're watching on Twitch, be it live, the highlight, or the VOD, it'll be through exclamation point links, like so. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. Catch me when I go live at 6 p.m. EST, EDT, Friday through Monday. Invite link to the community Discord, where you can always get the most accurate notifications of whenever I do go live. If I'm going to be a little bit late or early to stream outside of a half hour, or as long as I know I'm going to be late, as well as whatever else catches your fancy through all my links. Until next time, take care, and have yourselves a good one.